Thanks to a kind-hearted man, the students of Menahal School in Turkey are going to have their own classrooms. A father cares for his son full-time, ensuring his son lives a happy life despite his degenerative muscle disease. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Merely Shoda. Thank you for joining us. In Turkey, Tzu Chi volunteers hold monthly distributions in Sultan Gazi to help Syrian refugees. At the most recent distribution, the volunteers used QR codes serving as the refugees' ID, so the distribution can run more smoothly. Also at the occasion, many Syrian refugees donated their savings to help others less fortunate, showing that a cycle of love has been created.
Tzu Chi's office in Turkey, located in Sultan Gazi, holds monthly distributions to help impoverished Syrian refugees.
Listening to Professor Tsuma, Tzu Chi volunteers and many Syrian refugees wipe away their tears. Some people even cry out loud. The woman's husband died during the war. She currently raises her 3 daughters by herself in Turkey.
Professor Chuma's talk has touched my heart.
During the distribution, there are many touching moments. An 80-year-old man has brought his filled coin bank.
I save this to help those in need, such as orphans, disabled, or other less fortunate people.
A child has also saved money in a box, hoping to use it to help others. His kind gesture has won a round of applause. The Tzu Chi office has also used QR code to help the distribution run more efficiently. What hasn't changed is the love.
I think you are not alone because Tzu Chi volunteers around the world, regardless of where they are, care about you.
In the small office, people's smiles and hugs have brought love and warmth to the Syrian refugees who are pursuing a better future on a foreign land.
A cycle of love has really been created in Turkey, as when a kind-hearted person heard the students of Menahal Primary and Secondary School share classrooms with local schools, he decided to help Tzu Chi provide a better learning environment for the Syrian children. He rented a building, giving Tzu Chi full access to it, serving as the new school building. In September, when the interior construction is complete, the 6 campuses of the Menahal schools will be joined in one building. To aid the construction along, recently parents and students worked together to clean up the new school building.
This is Sultan Gazi in Istanbul. The building behind us will become the new school building for the Menahal Primary and Secondary School.
On Sunday, the teachers, parents, and students have come to clean up the new school building. Staff of Tzu Chi Foundation have also traveled from Taiwan to learn about the current condition. The Syrian children happily expressed their gratitude in Chinese.
Thank you for coming to Turkey for us. Thank you for starting a school for us in Turkey.
Other people, young and old alike, do their part to help set up the new school.
I am doing this for my school while they are also doing their part for their school.
The principal of the Menahal Primary and Secondary School is deeply touched to see everyone working with one heart.
We can help these children learn academically and also shape their moral character. They will become people who benefit the society.
A kind donor has rented this building so that Menahal Primary and Secondary School, which has been sharing school building with local schools, will have new classrooms.
Everyone hopes that when they study here, they will remember that they helped carry the bricks of the school.
The new school building, which has 52 classrooms, is expected to be ready for use before September. The students will soon start a new semester with their own classrooms.
Currently, the H1N1 swine flu epidemic in Myanmar has been contained, but Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia and Taiwan have not ceased to send medical supplies to Myanmar. Tzu Chi volunteers also visited schools to hand out masks, ensuring the students know the full dangers of such a virus. The swine flu epidemic in Myanmar has seen the death of 16 patients over the course of 2 weeks. In Yangon, the country's capital, everyone is on alert and the government is responding to the crisis by passing out masks on the street.
When the outbreak happened, the country was not prepared, so we needed an N95 mask, and other preventative medical supplies were also in demand.
With the shortage of masks, Tzu Chi's assistance was sought out. The volunteers not only gave out masks at the hospital, but also at schools.
Thanks to Master Zheng Yan's care for the people of Myanmar, our students can go to school in safety. I am very grateful for all of Tzu Chi's assistance throughout the year. In 6 days' time, the volunteers visited 6 hospitals and 21 schools. In total, 3,760 N95 masks were given, as well as 36,800 regular masks.
I'm grateful Master Zheng Yan is looking after the people of Myanmar by not only providing material goods and medicine, but also emotional support.
However, preventative measures must not lag behind. Thus, besides the aid supplies from Taiwan, Tzu Chi Malaysia volunteers are also sending N95 masks to Myanmar, even asking kind-hearted people to take them along with their luggage.
There was a Burmese worker heading home, so we asked them to take some for us. This is the second batch of N95 masks. The first batch, which was purchased in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur, has already arrived.
We asked those who were heading back to Myanmar to take it back, but were unable to take it all. It's a pity they could only take 1 box.
The second batch of 5,000 masks was unable to make it to Myanmar in one session, while the third batch of 4,200 masks has been arranged for air freight. Though the outbreak in Myanmar has been temporarily contained, preventative measures cannot be relaxed. Thus, Tzu Chi has been asked if it can provide more medical supplies. With Myanmar under attack by H1N1, 3 countries come together to send them love. The monthly free clinics in Thailand held for refugees have expanded its services. Since July, an extra eyeglasses prescription section was added. This service is extremely helpful as many of the refugees had gone without clear vision for a real long time. Tzu Chi volunteers in Bangkok are once again hosting their monthly free clinics for refugees. The different medical departments are always full. This time, the eye clinic is especially crowded.
Without glasses, many problems of me reading and see television and other problem.
There are so many people waiting at the prescription eyeglasses section because in July, the free clinic expanded their services to include providing free prescription glasses. Raslip from Pakistan has had blurred vision for a real long time, and today he can finally see once more.
When I tested him before, he couldn't read the title of the article, but after he put on the glasses, he could read the small byline, so he's quite happy.
The prescription service today is for mostly the elderly who have problems seeing. We want them to see the world more clearly and be able to read. The other kind is glasses for cataract patients to help them see.
This time, over 100-some pairs of glasses were provided, helping these refugees see the world through new eyes.
Thank you.
How well do you know acupuncture? Many know that treatments include placing needles in areas which hurt. However, there's a remote acupuncture treatment where needles are placed in areas opposite of where the pain is. Let's find out more. Mrs. Lin's knee is weak and she's here for an acupuncture session.
Acupuncture has helped. On top of this, I've been exercising and my legs are lighter now.
Mrs. Cho has carpal tunnel as a result of doing housework and using the computer.
One day I was riding my scooter and I felt my thumb really hurting when I was moving it.
The Chinese medicine doctor uses remote acupuncture points to treat Mrs. Cho.
I want to avoid the sensitive pressure points, so I will choose to apply the needles to the opposite leg. Sometimes when I stick the first needle in, the patient will be alarmed and ask, "But doctor, it's my arm that's in pain. Why are you treating my leg?"
Remote acupuncture points helps to balance the blood flow through the meridians.
左病右治或是右病左治。
Treating the opposite side of the pain point is a faster remedy than concentrating on the pain origin. This remote acupuncture treatment helps to dissolve the clot at the pain point.
那个气滞血瘀可以化掉。
还没有来治疗之前啊。
Before my sessions, my hand could only go this far and no further. After, my palm can be pressed down even with my hand outstretched.
这样手伸直，然后这个手掌是可以下压的。
Not only can those with carpal tunnel gain relief, but this type of treatment can be used in numerous ways.
If he has a headache on the left side, we can use the right-hand Hegu point or the Liechue point or even the AC points in the foot to alleviate symptoms.
Other problems such as headaches, heart palpitations, stomach, menstruation, shoulder, and back pain can all be treated using such remote AC points in the hand or feet.
针下去会比较。
If the needle hurts more in the pain points, then we can consider using remote acupuncture to treat the ailments.
With experience and right diagnosis, this remote acupuncture treatment can alleviate many pains and symptoms people may have.
In Taiwan, we next meet 20-year-old Chen Yutong, who suffers from a disorder characterized by progressive muscle degeneration. To take care of Yutong, his father cannot work and relies on government subsidies to get by. Although the son's condition has worsened over the past few years, the father still insists on caring for him personally, hoping his son can be happy every day.
Arriving at Chen Yutong's house, one can see that the nurse aide has just bathed him.
有没有洗完好舒服？很舒服，对不对？
Yutong, who turns 20 this year, had been diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy when he was 5. He experiences progressive muscle degeneration.
手脚是整个都弯。
He cannot extend his limbs, which are bent. He has thoracic displacement, leading to paralysis.
是只能全瘫。
For more than 10 years, his father has been caring for him.
小石頭啦，你嘛是愛行啊，就是唔甘安尼啊。唔甘安尼吼。
I still worry about him, so I care for him myself. It's more tiring, but he's part of me.
One must help him change position every 2 hours. Therefore, caring for him is quite tiring.
Yutong's father once sent him to the nursing home, but he brought him back a month later. During the past few years, Yutong's muscles atrophied progressively, alarming his father. Therefore, he cherishes all his time with his son.
Usually we hold the bowl like this. Yutong's father places the bowl here and feeds him like this. I've watched him do it. My heart goes out to him.
这是很漫长的时间哦，是10几年哦。
For more than 10 years, he quietly bears the burden and pain of caring for his son. He seldom complains.
Caring for his son, Yutong's father is unable to work and relies on government subsidies. He said that he just wants to do his best to care for his son so Yutong can be happy every day. This is his responsibility as a father.
很好。
A fire raged in Malaysia's Negeri Sembilan state on August 4th, burning 4 houses to the ground. When Tzu Chi volunteers heard the news, they immediately mobilized emergency disaster aid of about $230 per household to help them get through this difficult time.
This yellow ribbon has been strung outside these houses to prevent people from entering. Inside, everything has been burned and is now black, and even these water faucets have been melted.
Our neighbor told my mom there's a fire. They came and helped me and my mother, who helped my daughter escape.
Malaysia's Negeri Sembilan state, Rumah Rakyat Pedas, on August 4th at 6 p.m. experienced a fire, with more than 4 houses destroyed. The cause of the fire is suspected to be someone forgetting to turn off the stove after cooking, though further investigation is needed.
I got this message early this morning, and I made contact right away with 2 local volunteers, Yi Kim Lian and Lin Kim. At about 8:20 in the morning, we arrived at the scene of the fire.
After conducting a survey of the damage, volunteers decided to distribute $233 to each household destroyed in the fire.
I'm very grateful to you for helping us. Thank you for this.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for coming here to distribute aid. It's because of this NGO Tzu Chi comes here to give assistance to victims.
While the amount of the aid may not be much, it comes with great love and care and helps the hearts of these local people.
Tzu Chi Dialysis Center in Malaysia has been improving the quality of life for dialysis patients over the past 20 years. Due to the increased demand of dialysis treatments, the space of the center has been expanded since then. In addition, the center has been promoting health education in different communities to teach people how to take good care of their kidneys.
The first Tzu Chi Dialysis Center was established in Penang, Malaysia 20 years ago. The other 2 dialysis centers were later established in Kedah and Butterworth. The number of people who apply for dialysis treatments at Tzu Chi has been increasing every year.
Only by promoting kidney health education can we make everyone understand how to take care of their kidney to reduce the number of dialysis patients.
Almost every year in Malaysia, the main cause of kidney failure is the complications of diabetes, which is more than 50% of all causes. That is why we provide chronic kidney disease screening in the dialysis center. In addition, we also work with Tima to offer such services in different communities.
Over the past 20 years, since the center was established, people from all walks of life have been supporting this center in one way or another.
I think Tzu Chi have done a lot for the people, and I really can feel the patient is happy to come here.
The way you treat people, the love that you're showing, the way you treat people like a family is something should be learned by everybody.
With the love from many kind-hearted people, these patients with kidney problems can undergo dialysis at this center for free, allowing them to live with dignity and hope, as well as pay the love forward to society in the future.
The SC Love volunteer group from Tzu Chi University in Taiwan recently traveled to Sichuan, China on a cultural exchange. In addition to promoting environmental protection with local youth volunteers, they also work together to make their local dishes to understand more about one another through these activities.
As soon as the SC Love volunteer team from Tzu Chi University in Taiwan arrives at the Tzu Chi ground in Huaikou, the local youth volunteers give them a warm welcome. The students from across the straits spend their summer vacation on cultural exchange. They also walk into different communities to promote recycling. The stoves have been set up to educate children about environmental protection. The youngsters also liven up the community with their vitality.
People who are older do not have as much energy as these youngsters because age is a problem for them. I'm quite moved by these children's performances.
This is already the 6th year that the students from across the strait have exchanged experiences and cultures with one another. This time, the students also have a chance to cook by themselves. The kitchen volunteers are impressed by their Taiwanese dishes and Sichuan cuisine.
那个比较辣，可以先吃辣的，然后再吃西红柿，会比较清爽。
这道菜本身也很清淡，就是代表了我们就是很吃苦耐劳的那种精神。
After cooking by themselves, the students have also realized it is not easy to prepare all the dishes on the table.
Tzu Chi brothers and sisters do endure the hot weather to prepare food for us.
The kitchen volunteers work very hard, so when we eat, we should eat up all the dishes to cherish food.
After doing their parts to make the vegetarian cuisines, the students from across the straits will feel a sense of accomplishment, which also brings them closer together.
In Taiwan, Mr. Lin is a 77-year-old solitary senior who lives in Taoyuan. After he had a stroke last summer, he is now prone to falling unpredictably, and eating by himself has become a problem. After learning about his situation at the end of June, Tzu Chi immediately provided assistance for him, including helping clear away more than 4 tons of direct mailers, which he collected over the years, and settling him down at a nursing center.
滑豆呀，爬不起来啊，那么在地下滚到天亮啊。
This 77-year-old solitary senior, Mr. Lin, who lives in Taoyuan, usually falls after he had a stroke last summer. He has many scars on his right leg, which worries many people. It is too hot for him to live on the 5th floor.
He said he felt so hot that he almost fainted due to high blood pressure. When I returned home, I asked my wife whether we should buy an air conditioner for him.
As Mr. Lin's situation is worsening, he needs someone to deliver meals to him. Some kind-hearted residents reported his case to Tzu Chi at the end of June. Mr. Lin needed to move because his landlord sold the house. After Tzu Chi had a discussion with Lin's brother and sister, they decided to send him to a nursing home. However, there is a problem they have to solve.
This is the 5th floor, so people who go up and down to help him move certainly cannot stand it.
Tzu Chi eventually mobilized more than 40 volunteers who spent over 3 hours cleaning away over 4 tons of advertisements. A volunteer also helped him trim his hair. With everyone's assistance, Mr. Lin can finally live at the long-term care center for the elderly in Bada district. His neighbors who come to care for him will feel at ease, and they encourage him to come back and see them after he regains health.
In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers in Northern California are looking to host a 1,000-hand Bodhisattva musical charity concert. In promoting this event, the volunteers set up booths at farmers markets, supermarkets, and more. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us today. Goodbye.